This is Japan and this is Spotify. They do not get along. Spotify's numbers in Japan look a bit different, and there's a reason for that. Japan is known to be a country that appreciates the music culture more than others, especially when it holds the title of being the world's second biggest music market. But then why is Spotify struggling in a country that most music companies could dream of entering? You see, it's not uncommon for companies to try and spread its DNA into new countries. I mean, take a look at McDonald's. That shit started off in the US, and now you can literally find that piss-stained logo in a f***ing village. Music companies are not an exception to this. I mean, it seems quite logical why you would want to try and get Spotify into Japan, the country that's known to be the second biggest music market. It seems like a country worth targeting, right? While Japan looks like an easy money grab for music providing services, it's actually quite the opposite. You see, the reason why Japan is the second biggest music market is because it's not using any music providing services. It's literally working in the old 90s style of buying vinyls and CDs from record stores. Like, if you were to fly down there right now, go to Tokyo and enter a record store such as Manhattan Records, you would literally find like 1,000 records there. One of them being Drake's hit album, Certified Lover Boy. You would probably get beaten up for buying it, but you can't do that. To help you understand just how ridiculously well vinyls and CDs are doing in Japan, take a look at this data. Over 72% of retail that put Japan in the top 2 of the 2017 music market was because of vinyls and CDs. To put this into contrast, the country that comes close to that percentage is Germany with just 42%. That is crazy. Now, why did I specifically mention 2017's data? I don't fucking know, it's just the latest info that is available on Wikipedia. Oh, and that's a picture of an MC Right shirt. Obviously, they also listen to music online, they're not living under a rock. But out of all services, the main one that they're using is YouTube. No, not even the subscription service of YouTube Music, just pure YouTube.
Oh, that's not my lamp!
I mean, I understand. It's free, it has more stuff than it should. Look, even I use YouTube to listen to Niagara Falls Leaked Edition because the original one sounds way too vanilla. But the question still stands. Why doesn't Japan like digital music streaming? Look, it is 2016 and Spotify is now officially in Japan. Sweet. It is the first music providing service that comes to Japan which offers a free service. But yet everyone's still going to YouTube. There are a lot of reasons for that. Firstly, while Spotify did launch in Japan, the actual Japanese library that it offered was very slim. But they might not specifically add a larger Japanese I hear you, nerd. Well, that's because the Japanese music industry isn't interested in selling their music to foreigners, therefore, it's hard for streaming services or anyone outside of Japan to get access to them. That is not ideal. As you can see, Japan is an incredibly hard country to target and not just for music companies. Whilst it does have a high reward value, it's just a way too diverse market to enter. For example, Vodafone Japan that dipped and sold all of its shit to SoftBank. And the list goes on and on. Walmart failed, Tesco failed, Subway about to. But if you thought that the story ends here, why did that sound Indian? But if you thought that the story ends here, then oh boy are you wrong. Because trust me, we're just getting started. Now look, why are Japan's physical music sales so high and digital streams so low? You see, there are many reasons for that. One of which being that Japan's mobile data plans are quite frankly pretty expensive. I mean, that explains why everything by Japan is pixelated. Secondly, there's just simply way more value in buying vinyls and CDs. Not only is Japan mainly running between cash from a hand-to-hand type of agreement, but most of the time, you just get a lot more shit from CD buying. Whilst yes, vinyls and CDs are quite expensive in Japan, but the sound quality that comes with them is brilliant. Comparing it to American CDs would be the same as to compare Drake's whole discography to an unheard of indie artist that makes a whole different genre of music. Of course the f***ing indie artist wins. They also come with extra stuff such as posters, lyrics, Degrip's North American tour list, but that's not the most surprising part. Because whilst music streaming in Japan is low, the actual music providing service which leads is Amazon Music. How in God's earth is that possible? The service that publicly keeps on shouting the fact that they have over 100 million songs on their service is leading in Japan. I mean, with the size of that forehead of yours, I wouldn't be surprised that you tread out the extra 5. Now, I know what you're thinking. Yes, I did say that YouTube is leading in Japan like literally a few minutes prior. What I am talking about right now is actual services which cost money. Now, what are the actual price differences between these two? The cost of Japan's Spotify Premium is around 980 yen, which in British pounds would be around -7 times 4 quid. Amazon Music costs around 500 yen, which in US dollars is not even 4. A true rare Swedish ale. I mean, what's the point of buying a Spotify subscription when you can go to Shinjuku and buy a brand new Lil Dicky vinyl? I really hope that I pronounced it right, because the amount of people that have been clowning on me for misspelling NWA and Neil Armstrong in the last video, it's quite a lot. But the main point is that the reason why Spotify is struggling in Japan is just simply because Japan does not really listen to music online. And you know what? I respect that. But once you have learned why Spotify is struggling in Japan, there's still one huge question left. Why the f was Snoop Dogg banned from the UK? Well, you can find that out by clicking this video on the screen and by clicking the subscribe button right here. I'm sick, I'm sorry, okay? I need to upload.